Paro Taktsang is the popular name of Taktsang Palphug Monastery, a prominent Himalayan Buddhist sacred site and temple complex, located in the cliffside of the Upper Paro Valley, in Bhutan. The temple complex was first built in 1692, around the Taktsang Senge Samdup cave where Guru Padmasambhava is said to have meditated for 3 years, 3 months, 3 weeks, 3 days and 3 hours in the 8th century. Padmasambhava is credited with introducing Buddhism to Bhutan and as the tutelary deity of the country. Today, Paro Taktsang is the best known of the 13 Taktsang or tiger lair caves in which he meditated. The Guru mTshan-brgyad Lhakhang, the temple devoted to Padmasambhava, is an elegant structure built around the cave in 1692 by Gyalse Tenzin Rabgye, and has become the cultural icon of Bhutan. A popular festival, known as the Tsechu, held in honor of Padmasambhava, is celebrated in the Paro Valley sometime during March or April. History, background and legends. According to the legend related to this Taktsang, which literally means tiger's lair, it is believed that Padmasambhava flew to this location from Tibet on the back of a tigress from Khenpa. This place was consecrated to tame the tiger demon. An alternative legend holds that a former wife of an emperor, known as Gyalse, willingly became a disciple of Guru Rinpoche in Tibet. She transformed herself into a tigress and carried the Guru on her back from Tibet to the present location of the Taktsang in Bhutan. In one of the caves here, the Guru then performed meditation and emerged in 8 incarnated forms and the place became holy. Subsequently, the place came to be known as the Oe Tiger's Nest. The popular legend of the Taktsang Monastery is further embellished with a story of Tenzin Rabgye, who built the temple here in 1692. It has been mentioned by authors that the 8th century Guru Padmasambhava had reincarnated again in the form of Tenzin Rabgye. The corroborative proofs mooted are, that Tenzin Rabgye was seen concurrently inside and outside his cave. Even a small quantity of food was adequate to feed all visitors. No one was injured during worship. And the people of the Paro Valley saw in the sky various animal forms and religious symbols, including a shower of flowers that appeared and also vanished in the air without touching the earth. Establishment as a meditation site. As noted earlier, the monastery was built around the Taktsang Senge Samdup cave, where custom holds that the Indian Guru Padmasambhava meditated in the 8th century. He flew to this place from Tibet on the back of Gyalse, whom he transformed into a flying tigress for the purpose, and landed at the cliff, which he anointed as the place for building a monastery. He established Buddhism and the Nyingma school of Mahayana Buddhism in Bhutan, and has been considered the Oe protector saint of Bhutan. Later, Padmasambhava visited Lhakhang district to subdue a powerful deity offended by a local king. Padmasambhava's body imprint is stated to be imprinted on the wall of a cave near Lhakhang temple. In 853, Lhakhang Palki Singh came to the cave to meditate and gave his name of Palphug to the cave, Palki's cave. After he died later in Nepal, his body was said to have been miraculously returned to the monastery by the grace of the deity Dorji Legpa. It is now said to be sealed in a chorten in a room to the left at the top of the entrance stairway. The chorten was restored in 1982-83 and again in 2004. From the 11th century, many Tibetan saints and eminent figures came to Taktsang to meditate, including Milarepa, Phro Taktsang, the Tibetan Yogini Machi Glubdra Paragraph N and Thongten Gyalpo. In the latter part of the 12th century, the Lapa school was established in Paro. Between 12th and 17th centuries, many lamas who came from Tibet established their monasteries in Bhutan. The first sanctuary to be built in the area dates to the 14th century when Sonam Gulchen, a Nyingma Lama of the Kathogpa branch, came from Tibet. The paintings he brought can still be faintly discerned on a rock above the principal building, although there is no trace of the original one. The Taktsang Tsimo complex, which was rebuilt after a fire in 1958, is said to date back to 1408. Taktsang remained under the authority of the Kathogpa Lamas for centuries until the mid-17th century. 17th century to present, the modern monastery. In the 17th century, the well-known Turtla Paragraph N Pema Lingpa of Lhakhang, who founded many monasteries in various parts of Bhutan, was also instrumental in creating religious and secular dance forms from his conception of the Zandog Pelri, which was the abode of the Guru Padmasambhava. This dance is performed in Paro as the Tshang festival. But it was during the time of Ngawang Namgyal of the Drukpa subsect, who fled Tibet to escape persecution by the opposing sect of the Gelugpa order, that an administrative mechanism was established in Bhutan. In due time, he established himself in Bhutan as a model of rulership and was known as the Sharp Drung with full authority. He wanted to establish an edifice at the Taktsang Palphug site. It was during a Tibetan invasion of Bhutan in 1644-46 that Sharp Drung and his Tibetan Nyingma teacher Gyalse Tenzin unregistered trademark Dzongkha Po had invoked Padmasambhava and the protective deities at Taktsang to give them success over the invaders. He performed the BKA unregistered trademark BRGYADDGONGS unregistered trademark DUS rituals associated with the celebrations of Tsechu. Bhutan won the war against Tibet. However, Sharp Drung was not able to build a temple at Taktsang to celebrate the event, even though he very much wanted to do so. The wish of Sharp Drung to build a temple here, however, was fulfilled during the fourth Druk Gyalse Tenzin Rabgye, the first, and only successor of Sharp Drung Ngawang Namgyal, a distant cousin from a collateral line descending from the 15th century crazy saint unregistered trademark Drukpa Kunli. During his visit to the sacred cave of Taktsang Palphug during the Tsechu season of 1692 he laid the foundation for building the temple dedicated to Guru Rinpoche called the Temple of the Guru with 8 names unregistered trademark. It was a decision taken by Tenzin Rabgye while standing at the cave overlooking the Paro Valley. At this time, he was leading the Tsechu festival of religious dances. At that time the only temples reported to be in existence, at higher elevations, were the Zangdo Pelri and Oxygen Semo. Destruction due to fire. On April 19, 1998, a fire broke out in the main building of the monastery complex, which contained valuable paintings, artifacts and statues. The fire is believed to have been caused by electrical short-circuiting or flickering butter lamps lighting the hanging tapestries. A monk also died during the fire. The restoration works were undertaken at an estimated cost of 135 million ngultram. The government of Bhutan and the then King of Bhutan, Jigme Singh, oversaw the restoration of the damaged monastery and its contents in 2005. Geography. The monastery is located 10 kilometers to the north of Paro and hangs on a precipitous cliff at 3,120 meters, about 900 meters above the Paro Valley, on the right side of the Paro Chu. The rock slopes are very steep and the monastery buildings are built into the rock face. Though it looks formidable, the monastery complex has access from several directions, such as the northwest path through the forest, from the south along the path used by devotees, and from the north. A mule track leading to it passes through pine forest that is colorfully festooned with moss and prayer flags. On many days, clouds shroud the monastery and give an eerie feeling of remoteness. On the approach path to the monastery, there is a Lhakhang and a temple of Urgyen Semo which, like the main monastery, is located on a rocky plateau with a precipitous projection of several hundred feet over the valley. From this location, the monastery unregistered trademark S buildings are on the opposite ravine, which is known by the name OE copper-colored mountain paradise of Padmasambhava. This is the viewpoint for visitors and there is a cafeteria to provide refreshments. The trek beyond this point is very scenic with the sound of the waterfall breaking the silence. Along the trek route blue pine trees, prayer flags and kiosks selling paraphernalia for worship are seen. The route is scattered with number of temples. On this path, a large waterfall, which drops by 60 meters into a sacred pool, is forded over by a bridge. The track terminates at the main monastery where colorful paintings are displayed. Guru Rinpoche's cave where he meditated is also seen. This cave is opened for public viewing only once a year. Structure, exterior. The monastery buildings consist of 4 main temples and residential shelters ideally designed by adapting to the rock ledges, the caves and the rocky terrain. Out of the 8 caves, 4 are comparatively easy to access. The cave where Padmasambhava first entered, riding the tiger, is known as Phuk, and the original cave where he resided and did meditation is known as the Palphug. He directed the spiritually enlightened monks to build the monastery here. The monastery is so precariously perched that it is said, it clings to the side of the mountain like a gecko. The main cave is entered through a narrow passage. The dark cave houses a dozen images of bodhisattvas and butter lamps flicker in front of these idols. An elegant image of Chenrezig is also deified here. In an adjoining small cell, the sacred scripture is placed. The importance of this scripture is that it has been scripted with gold dust and the crushed bone powder of a divine lama. It is also said that the monks who practice Vajrayana Buddhism at this cave monastery live here for 3 years and seldom go down to the Paro Valley. All the buildings are interconnected through steps and stairways made in rocks. There are a few rickety wooden bridges along the paths and stairways also to cross over. The temple at the highest level has a frieze of Buddha. Each building has a balcony, which provides lovely views of the scenic Paro Valley down below. The monasteries have ancient history of occupation by monks, as hermitages. Other structures within the precincts. Taktsang Samdup is the place where Padmasambhava unregistered trademark wife, known as the Oe Fairy of Wisdom Yesh Tshogel, the founder of the Mon, a convent, by the same name as Taktsang and also 2 other convents. The present caretaker of the place is said to be an old nun supported by a young trainee. Another important place near the shrine is the Urgyen Tsimo, the Oe peak of Urgyana which has a small Mani Lhakhang. The prayer wheel, turned by an old monk, resounds with chimes that are heard every day at 4 a.m. Above the Urgyen is the holy cave temple known as Phro Lhakhang, which is the main shrine of the Taktsang. It is also the residence of the head lama, Karma Thupten Chokin Yensi. Paintings. The Oe copper-colored mountain paradise of Padmasambhava is vividly displayed in a heart shape on every thongkor and also painted on the walls of the monastery as a constant reminder of the legend. The paintings are set on a pedestal that represents the realm of the king of Nagas amidst Dakinis, and the pinnacle in the painting denotes the domain of Brahma. The paintings also depict demigods with a human head and the body of a serpent, which are said to reside in lakes. Allegorically, they mean to represent the spiritual holy writings. The paintings also show what is termed as a Oe walkers in the sky The holy hill is drawn in the backdrop with 4 faces painted with different colors The east face is in crystal white color, the south face is yellow, the west is in red color and the north has green color. The palace has 4 sides and 8 corners with its lower and upper tiers adorned with jewels. The courtyard with 4 enclosures is said to represent 4 kinds of conduct. The walls are built with bricks, balconies have been bejeweled with religious symbols. The ambience is shown in the form of wishing trees, fountains of the water of life, rainbows in 5 colors with cloud formations and light emanating from lotus flowers. The palace is also shown with a throne with 8 corners fully and curiously bejeweled. Padmasambhava is shown sitting on a pure stalk of lotus emitting divine energy appearing a divine, charitable, powerful, or fierce Further detailing depicted on the 4 faces and 8 corners, are 5 kinds of Buddhas suppressing the vicious demons and placed on thrones that are mounted over the stooping demons. The demons and kadams are depicted adorned and seated on 4-petaled and 4-faced thrones adorned with necromantic attributes enjoying a good time. The kadams are seen on the 4-sided courtyard of the palace and also on all side walls. The scene is further embellished around the Guru Rinpoche image and also in the palace, with gods and goddesses in the heavens, with gatekeepers at the 4 gates with an army of messengers and servants. All trying to crush the demons to dust. The supporting staff shown are said to represent the Himalayan tribes of pre-Buddhist periods. Johnson describes his trek to this unbelievable location. References. Further reading, Guide to Taktsang, Restored Taktsang, Department of Culture, Thimph, Bhutan 2005. ISBN 99936-617-1-6, Seeds of Faith. A Comprehensive Guide to the Sacred Places of Bhutan Volume 1, ppA 121 Euro 125, KMT Publishers, THIMF, Bhutan 2008. ISBN 99936-22-42-7, Bellows, Keith. Sacred Places of a Lifetime, 500 of the World's Most Peaceful and Powerful Destinations. Washington, D.C. National Geographic Society. ISBN A978-1-4262-0336-7. OCLCA 191922807 External links, media related to Paro Taktsang at Wikimedia Commons.